Now I want to talk about what I call stop the PowerPoint overload. Stop overloading your PowerPoint. Just below you would see a diagram, and that diagram was explaining why content, as good as it is, as wonderful as it is, as royalty as content is, content can actually kill your presentation. Now this is very important. So if you check the diagram, from the diagram you would find the chunk of pies, actually 3 pies there. One of the pie that with the biggest chunk is 55%, you will see that on it. Then the next big one is 38%, and the smallest chunk of the pie is 7%. Now you will see on the chart that content is actually 7% when it comes to the influence that content has on your presentation. It is actually not more than 7%. Now I need you to understand this. Now this is not playing down the importance of content, but rather it is saying that in the light of making a presentation, that the influence that your content has over your presentation is not more than 7%. Now this is very important for you to get, and that's why I always want to say to my students, participants, delegates who come into my training room or who take 1 or 2 of my training courses, that never overload your PowerPoint with content. So what do I mean? You are the presenter. The PowerPoint is not the presenter. The PowerPoint is only a tool to aid you, to assist you. As a matter of fact, you can say that your PowerPoint is a prompter that prompts the topic you want to talk about. Therefore, I say quit using PowerPoint as a crutch. Don't use PowerPoint as a crutch. You don't have a broken leg. You don't have a fractured leg. So you don't need a crutch. But a lot of presenters use PowerPoint as their lifesaver. It's not a life jacket. You are not drowning. The PowerPoint is a tool. The PowerPoint is not your presentation. Now the danger, I would say, in using PowerPoint or in over-relying on the use of PowerPoint is that you read from your slide rather than present to your audience. And let me tell you, the audience read faster than you can speak. That's one. And guess what? When you turn your back to the audience in the process of trying to read from your slide, you don't look okay. You don't look good. You look much better from the front because people want to see somebody. They don't want to talk to your backside. They want to see you. So this is very important. And as you use your PowerPoint slide as a material for presentation, I've also noticed that a lot of presenters have so much bullet points. They have so many things they want to say. So they have so much bullet point. But guess what? I have to say to you that guns don't kill, but bullets do. Now that is to say that if you have a gun, you're holding a gun in your hand without bullets inside, the gun is useless. It's actually bullets that kill. So don't kill your presentation with too much bullet points. Don't kill your presentation, because your presentation can extinct with so much bullet. You kill the presentation with the bullet point. So what do I suggest? I suggest that for each slide, you have one idea on a slide. Don't confuse the people in your audience. Don't confuse them, because when you have more than one idea on a slide, you leave them wondering which one you want them to believe, which one you want them to take. Because for every presentation, don't forget that there should always be a key takeaway. What is the key takeaway? One very important tool to help you manage key takeaways during your presentation is for you to have one idea on a slide. And guess what? Images tell 1,000 words much more than your text will tell. Did you hear me? Did you correctly read that? I need you to read it again. That images help you communicate your message 1,000 times more than the text will do for you. Therefore, for every one idea that you have on your slide, have one relevant image with the idea. Now, this is another mistake I've seen presenters make with their slide. You now have so many pictures, images, because you just read in mastering presentations that you should use image or use images. Don't confuse. The same way you can confuse your audience with so many ideas on one slide, you can also confuse your audience when you have more than one image on a slide. The confusion there is they're wondering, what do you want me to take out of these 2-3 images? Which one do you want me? See, this was a great lesson I learned when I attended my new trainers course. I attended a course in Abu Dhabi a few years ago that was jointly facilitated by General Electric and the Mubadala Corporation. And my facilitator for the class, it was a 3-day class, William Miller. I was going to make a presentation to the class as part of my assessment for the course. And I had these wonderful ideas, and guess what? I had 3 to 4 ideas on a slide. And so during the feedback process, my facilitator said, you know what, Adenrele, you have great ideas. As a matter of fact, your thoughts are incredible, wonderful thoughts. But you left me confused. You left us confused. Because eventually we didn't know what to take. We didn't know what you want us to focus on. Because your presentation should serve as a guide to your audience to help your audience make a decision. Never forget this. It's very important. So I learned that critical lesson of my life during that class, that it is important for you to have one idea on a slide, one thought on a slide, one image that is relevant on a slide. And guess what? Not more than 2, at the most 3. That's going even way so much. That's going way so much. But if you can't help it, you can have 3 bullet points on a slide. But true, you don't want to have more than 2 bullet points on your slide to help you make your point. This is very important in making your presentation, in talking about your content part of your presentation. It's very important.